Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here, going to show you a bit of an update of where I'm at in my farming. I have gotten pretty much most of my build taken care of and debts paid, aside from one person who is wanting me to hunt them some high stuff, and I will get to that. So, I have a couple of videos to make today. The first video I'm about to show you is a bit of a I wouldn't call it an exploit, but it is a method to basically permanently farm in influenced maps. Now, as I said, for the sake of my videos, and my series, I will not be farming any kind of red tier maps, and I will be farming basically my whole build by using white tier maps and using the currency from the white tier maps to kind of be put into other things to make further profits down the line. And as such, we are going to get straight into this method. So one thing I will say is that this method works best if you have not completed your atlas, specifically if you have not done your sirus. And this is why I'm recommending it as a kind of league start-esque kind of thing, because if you've been following me this whole time and trying to copy my methods, not copy, but, basically use the methods for yourself, so on and so forth, I do recommend you take and check this method out. Well, as you know, there is, the Conqueror maps, and the Conqueror maps have quantity, rarity, so on and so forth that you can roll on them, and the maps take and inherit your, basically whatever modifiers you have on your sextants. But what you don't know is that there is a little bit more to that than you may think. First, what we're going to do is we're going to talk to Xana. We're going to view her map again, and if you remember how I roll my maps, I rolled them to, Nemesis 3 currency, etc, etc. So we're going to chisel it up, we're going to alch it up, and we're going to try and roll Nemesis on this yellow map. I know I have mentioned that I'm not running these tier maps, but just for the sake of this video and to put the knowledge out there, I really want to put this video, to practice, to show people exactly what you can be doing to make a lot of currency indefinitely, and make even more currency than the previously mentioned methods, because there's going to be more packs per map per capita to min-max your setup. So I did roll Nemesis, as you saw, but it ended up getting temp chains, and I don't really want to deal with temp chains. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend spending this much chaos, especially since you're probably not going to see that much chaos back from it. Let me see what we're going to put another 30 chaos just so we can just so you can see our L2 circle. Okay, just so you can kind of see, I want to see if I can run Nemesis. Anyway, this method has to do with the way the game's mechanic works and the way the conquerors work. So first thing we're going to note is that, let's go do this. I'm going to put these, I was actually going to run this as a map, but I decided I have one map left in my area, so I'm not, and I wanted to kind of show you something because I recently helped out a friend and had them basically loot my map for me and whatnot, so they can get their own method going, just to lend a hand. So this is going to be a kind of a S tier, I guess if you want to call it that, method of farming. This requires a little bit of finessing, a little bit of working around the game, and a little bit of knowing how the game mechanics perform and work. So we're going to do this. We're going to put our Harbinger on here, and this is where the things get kind of interesting. So now, if you look, well, it doesn't look like it has procced my yeah, it doesn't look like it has procced my that's interesting. Well, let me go in and see if I have it procced and everything like that. Let's see if I don't have the Nemesis 3 currency on and everything like that in my Conqueror map, because it's supposed to have taken and inherited the usages of my map. but for some reason it is not, so we are going to look, see what's up. Worst case, I wasted a little bit of chaos. I wasted a little bit of chisels, fragments, and 1 scarab. It's not a big deal. Alright, so let's see. So if we look, doesn't look like area contains mysterious harbingers. Nope, it did inherit it. Alright, so now we inherited our sextant modifier as I said we would. Now we can go and just start killing things like we normally would in our farming sessions, right? Well, in our farming sessions, you know, we're basically only focusing on killing packs, looting, etc., getting as much as we can out of everything we can. But this is a little bit different because now we have a whole bunch of nemesis monsters on our map, and our nemesis monsters are dropping currency. Now, on top of that, we have the most possible pack size we can get via our setup here. Looks like we just got an awakened sextant, so that kind of sustains a little bit for us. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. And if we get the super harbingers, we can just basically mow them down and get a bunch of currency that way, of course. I don't know how many additional harbingers I have. I did put scarab on, but I'm unsure if that counts towards this. If it doesn't, that's not too big a deal. That saves you a sextant in the long run. But we're going to be showing you basically how to kind of min-max your mapping without ever fighting Sirus. So let's see here. Let's do Alva real quick because Alva spawns rares and we like rares. Open that up. Kill that guy. So now we're gonna leave and watch the loot explosion, see how much we get. Nothing too great, nothing too bad though. Oh, Chaos Orb, that's cool. Let's see if we can't encounter a super Harvey. Now I will go over the changes to my build in my next video, but I just wanted to show you this method first and why I like this method so much. Why I do recommend it as much as I can. So now we're going to go into our next incursion, but first I need to go kill these guys, right? Yeah, I do. Alright. Alright, looks like everyone's dead. Now we can go open up one of the doors. Okay, I guess this is the only door down here. Oh well. So it looks like we are spawning more than the one Harbinger. which is good. That means that our plan is working to just kind of farm currency in our Conqueror map here. And we make sure we go take all the little nooks and crannies. Let's go ahead and drop the stuff we don't need. I don't think I've encountered a Super Harbinger yet this map, which is a bit unfortunate, but it happens. Alright, alright, alright. Now we do our next Alva. Let's go ahead and just do whatever one, it doesn't matter. It looks like this Alva temple is just going to be a wash anyway. Oh, we got 2 stone things. Okay, that's cool. Alright, our last bit of enemies are over here. And we're done with our last incursion. So, without further ado, we are going to do this Legion. Alright, let's do this Legion real quick. Alright, looks like we're getting a couple of things here and there. Looks like someone's quitting. Sorry if this video is a little longer than you guys are used to, or I don't know, maybe it's about the length that you are used to. So we are going to do this one first. Oh, be careful. As you see, my new gloves make this ultimatum pretty much a joke. I don't even have my clear gems awakened yet, and that's basically what I'm able to do. Get out of the bubbles. I like my bubbles. Can I have my chaos orb at least? Thank you. I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. Cool. Fusing. Alright, so we're about at the end of our video finally. I am sorry it took so long, but as you know with my videos, we do take a little bit, and especially with this farming method, it does take a while. Now, this wasn't super cracked out. I didn't put a delirium orb or anything on it, but I did juice it a decent amount to kind of show you, you know, hey, look, this is something you should be aware of, and here we go. We're gonna kill this boss, and here's where things change. Well, I'm supposed to fight Drox. Well, I'm not gonna. So we're gonna go to town. We're gonna offload all of our loot that we got off of this relatively okay juiced map. Now, my opinion, you could probably put a delirium orb on it and have even more juice. I got 3 awakened sextants back. Let's see. Let's go look at here. It looks like it finally consumed the usages of my sextants, which is fine. That's what I wanted. And now that we are done with this map, what we can do now is we literally can do this. Let's take out this watchstone and put in this map. Now we have to search for Drox again. Now I can put this watchstone back in and roll a new set later. And since Drox needs to be searched for again, you can basically spawn them in the same area. It says number of watchstones required is 3, right? So all you gotta do is run your maps again. And when you run your 3 maps, you just do it back to back to back with influence monsters. So, oops, let me leave and come back. So yeah, that's basically a little bit more advanced tier farming method for this area. Now, as I said, I'm not going to be doing any kind of red tier maps to be pushing towards progress to finish my build. I want to try and make it a point to make all of my currency in white tier maps. Now, as such, I will say that for this currency, we're just going to call it a wash because, excuse me, because I had recently given away a couple of things like that to try and help someone else out. That's, you know, I'm not expecting anything from it, but yeah, just we're just gonna call it a wash just because, for the sake of, because I say so. But yeah, that was a pretty decent map, as you saw. As you see, we have 17 exalts that we can start putting towards pretty much whatever we want soon. I recently picked up these for about 4x ADC, I think it was. I spent a lot of my chaos, but that's what I have left. I sold almost all of my fusings. I had over 1,800 and I sold them 200 per X, and they went pretty much all within a matter of like 2 hours. Our sextant stockpile is relatively low. We have a decent amount, but not too much. However, we still have a whole bunch of rolled sextants to start rolling. As far as my overall progress, I will get to that. So, as such, I'm going to give you a TLDR now, even though you just already watched me do it. First step is you run your maps red tier, white tier, whatever you need to. I believe it's red tier before encountering Sirus, and basically you just run those 3 maps that are juiced that all have, you know, your Conqueror up. Next step is the big step, is you run your Conqueror map, your aka my Drox map that you saw there, and then instead of finishing Drox and advancing my Atlas, I had decided that I don't want to finish Drox and I want to just keep running the Conquerors over and over. I can do this on anything with Watchstone required 3 or higher, as you saw, so I can go up to yellow maps and still do it, but I'm not going to for the sake of my video series. I just felt like I really would like to put this method out there for people. I'm unsure the exact numbers, but I think it's somewhere along the lines of 10 packs for the first encounter, 15 packs for the second encounter, 20 packs for the third encounter, and then as far as Drox himself goes, I think that's the most pack size that you get in addition. Now, as you saw, I kind of spent a bunch of chaos rolling that map. You can do Scour Alk, you can even just take out your Watchstones and run it and then close it if you want to, but I just, I wanted to make the video a little longer than just, oh hey, look, this is a cool method, and I also wanted to cover a few things. Now, I will be going over the update of my build very soon. I have had a awesome, amazing help from some people. I am still looking for the enchantment, and I'm just looking for whatever I can get to finish the build. Eventually I'll start buying my awakened gems for my clear skills, and when I get to that point, I get to that point. But for now, I am really loving where I am with the build, and it is so much fun. I love iShot, and I do love playing it in different ways each time. This is my current layout. It's not much has changed. But without further ado, this is Chaos-Reighn. Thank you so much for joining me in my videos. And I have had requests, a couple of requests that I need to get to, and I'm sorry I haven't got to them. First request goes to one of my subs. They want me to kind of lay out my build guide for my MF iShot. I will say this build is as close to as I can get that without going to standard and starting to re-gear him, her, whatever. The only difference is I don't have my Sedimas or my other bow, anything like that. But it works the same way, because basically all you're doing is you're using awakened gems to push iShot's damage really high. I will get to making the standard variant though, so please be patient. Second is someone has requested my help on Syndicate. And Syndicate, the videos I have posted for last league are outdated and no longer apply. So I will be making a whole tutorial on what to do for Syndicate. What's your best options, what you should be looking out for, how to min-max your syndicate rewards, and how to get the most out of your experience with Syndicate. Syndicate is by far one of the more profitable methods to do, and I recommend it for anyone who is willing to spend the time to do it. Now, without further ado, this has been Chaos-Reighn. I know it's like the second or third time I say it. Thanks everyone. Peace out. Please like and subscribe.